شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And welcome once again to our series, The Virtues of the Quran. In today's hadith, we look at the hadith wherein the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to honor and revere the Quran by engaging in it and teaching it. In the hadith on the authority of Abu Musa radiallahu anhu, أن رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام بعث معاذا وأبا موسى إلى اليمن فأمرهما أن يعلم الناس القرآن رواه الأحمد. This narration is found in Ahmad. The narration of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari wherein he said that the Prophet sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal, and he sent Abu Musa al-Ash'ari to the people of Yemen, and he commanded them to teach the people the Quran. In this hadith we see that the most virtuous branch of Islamic knowledge, it is knowledge which is linked to the Quran. We also see that the most virtuous form of teaching, it is teaching the Quran. As per the well-known hadith, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَ, that the best of you are those who teach the Quran, or rather learn the Quran and teach it to others. And so this virtue is not given to any other teaching profession. It is given to the teacher of the Quran. Even though we know that the best of people are those from amongst man who are the most beneficial to others. We're not ruling out the fact that other professions can be virtuous as well. But the ultimate virtue, it is for the Quran teacher. That Khalifa, that teacher, that Ustad who taught you the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at a tender age, taking you through the Qa'idah, what we refer to as the Surah, teaching you Alif, Ba, and so on and so forth, and ultimately reaching the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ said that these are the best from amongst mankind, and so we should honor them accordingly. In this hadith we also find, as we have mentioned, that the best branch of knowledge, it is the Quran. At times people ask questions and they say, can you advise me with a book to read? We could say you could read the book on fiqh, book on aqidah, book on hadith, and the likes of this. But seldom do we say read the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is the fountain which never ever dries up in terms of its sciences. All of the sciences of Islam goes back to the Quran. The sciences of tafsir is based upon the Quran. The sciences of hadith goes back to the Quran. The sciences of aqidah, or the science of aqidah, it goes back to the Quran. So in this hadith, we derive the following benefits. That teaching the Quran is amongst the highest priorities, as it is the foundation of knowledge and understanding. And for this reason, when the Prophet ﷺ sent Abu Musa al-Ash'ari and Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen, the first branch of knowledge he commanded them to teach the people is the Quran, because this is the foundation of all knowledge. Secondly, making the teaching of the Quran accessible to everyone is from the guidance of the Prophet ﷺ. And for this reason, you will not find a single masjid except at this masjid there will have a halaqah, a circle of knowledge for people who would like to learn to read the Quran. Thirdly, we should make the Quran part of our educational endeavors. Meaning, like we have an aspiration to grow in our profession, and we continue to do courses to enhance our abilities and our capabilities, likewise, we should make the Quran part of our educational endeavors. That at times, we never went further than what we learnt in madrasa. We never learnt the science of tajweed. We never learnt the implementation of tajweed. We should make Islam a priority, just as we make other sciences a priority, if not more. How do we cultivate this hadith in our lives and practice upon it? We should seek guidance from a knowledgeable specialist in the field of Quranic studies. And this is something very, very important. That every science of knowledge should be taken from its people. As Allah Azza wa Jal says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you have no knowledge thereof. So with regards to every field and every science in Islam, sometimes people have a general overview of the science of Islam, but we should seek a specific science from the one who has immersed himself in that field and has become a specialist in this. For example, we'll take hadith from someone who perhaps studied in the faculty of hadith or is known for the hadith sciences. Likewise, with regards to the Quran, we refer to those who have immersed themselves in this field and have become specialists with regards to the various Quranic sciences. And so we see in this hadith that the Prophet ﷺ, the first thing he commanded these two noble companions to do when they reached Yemen was to teach the people the Quran, for this is the foundation of all knowledge. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us the understanding. نكتفي بهذا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام